Hello everyone, welcome to IE Junkies. This marks the first video in our forecasting playlist where we will explore different forecasting methods. Let's jump right in first, seeing what the data tells us. This is data from Google Trends, which is a very interesting tool to get data on different words that are searched on Google. I can make a video about how to use that later on, but this is data on chocolate raisins, and I believe this is the data for the past 90 days. So it goes from January, like you saw, all the way up to here, April 19th, and we will be forecasting the very next day, April 20th. Alright, so last period demand. Last period demand is one of the most simple forecasting method, and it takes data from the most direct previous period and makes it the forecast for the next period. So let's jump right in and start it, and then we will also look at calculating different metrics to see how accurate our forecast is down here as well. Alright, let's jump right in. So last period demand, you start on the second period because you have nothing for the first, so you start on the second. Make that equal to the very first one. Press enter. This is our forecast. So you just drag all of this down here to the very last one, and then actually go one more. This is our forecast. 0 is our forecast because 0 was the last forecast that we saw. So let's see here. Alright, now we can go on to that was last period demand. It's very simple, like I said. Some of the other ones we will be looking at later will be much more complex. Let's start calculating FE, FE squared, absolute FE, and this is just forecast error. So this is equal to actual demand minus forecasted demand. Then you just drag this all the way down. And then you don't have anything for the forecast because you're comparing actual and forecasted. There's no actual here. And that goes for the rest of these as well. This is just FE squared. And just double click that to drag it all the way down and make sure you don't have anything for the last period. And then absolute forecast error. This is just the actual forecast error. Oh, actually it's absolute function of the forecast error. Feel free to pause this anytime and just slow down. But yes, just drag this, double click this little square thing to make it go all the way down, and then just delete this very last one. So now we have our forecast, which is right here. We have our forecast error squared, and absolute forecast error. Now we can go down here and calculate our mean error. These are the most important metrics right here. So we have mean error, mean square error, and mean absolute error. We've already done most of the work for these. Now we just have a little bit left, so we'll just go here. Our mean square error is the average of our forecasting errors. Take that all the way down. Perfect. And then our mean square error is the average of our forecasting error right here. Perfect. So that's pretty high. And then our mean absolute error is the average of the absolute forecasting error. Close the parentheses, press enter. Perfect. So we have just demonstrated last period demand using 90-day data for the word chocolate raisins. So last period demand, we did forecasting error squared, and absolute forecasting error. And we mostly did these three in order to find these three functions right here, which are the real metrics, which are mean error, mean square error, and mean absolute error. This should have parentheses. Perfect. Hope you enjoyed. Give a like if you found it interesting and helpful, and we will move on next to other forecasting methods, so keep a lookout for different videos. Thanks.